Hey everyone, I'm Mary Delgado with the Blockchain Herd, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Ask all your friends to subscribe as well. Thank you for coming on my journey to learn all things crypto and learn about the different projects that are out there. I have a really interesting guest today. His name is Peter Saddington, and he's with Emrit.io. It's a pretty neat project that he has going on. They're wanting to connect everything through one global network. So without further ado, welcome, Peter.
Thanks so much, Mary. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So I always like to start off by asking you about your story, how you got into the crypto space.
Sure, sure. Well, it's a pretty simple story, but it goes way back. In October of 2011, I was reading an Ars Technica article, which is very technical, sometimes technical magazine, and they were talking about this coding language, this engineering stack that had lost value. So for me, as an engineer developer, it made no sense how a .NET or a Java or a C# or a Ruby tech stack could lose value. It's just code. And so that intrigued me to no end. And so I dug down the hole for about a month, and November 10th of 2011, I bought my first Bitcoin at $1.52. And ever since then, I've been in the cryptocurrency space, creating content heavily in the 2016 to 2018 era, and also building venture funded applications in the cryptocurrency space as well. So it took me a while from 2011 to 2016 to actually begin building as an engineer in this space. But this is one of those technologies that has really captivated my heart, and I love it to no end. So I'm still building in it, and obviously we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Were you always in the technical field? Like, did you have a heart for it growing up?
Absolutely. My first kind of beginning in the technical world was in Japan when I was a middle school, high schooler back in the early mid 90s. I was working on Telnet and BBS. For some of your listeners, they might be like, "What the hell is that?"
Exactly like
This
me.
is- but that's a very old text-based system for email and for chatting and forums and such. And so I got my kind of my feet wet in the developer space back then, and then I ended up building my websites in the late 90s for small companies like what do you call them, lawn care companies. For I built a website for a dentist shop. And so I've always been in the deep technology and helping and building applications in technology for, I guess, over 2 decades now.
Wow. Okay. So were you a coder or you were just, okay, so you were coding. I know
Absolutely.
nothing about coding. So forgive me if I get lost in some of the things you say. You'll have to explain a little bit further. And, I can't keep going without saying, man, what a cool studio you have.
Oh, well, thank you. I have been blessed to have built several startups that have been acquired. So that allows me to have the freedom to be a venture capitalist and be able to deploy capital into other startups. But also, let's be intellectually honest, it gives me the opportunity to build the house of my dreams. And so I built this house about 4 years ago. And my wife said that you have three areas in which you can build. You can build the garage, you can pick the TV, and you can pick the mailbox. So I didn't really care about the mailbox, and I didn't really care about the TV, so I kind of just chose whatever, and she ended up correcting those anyway. But she did give me full reign on the garage, and so this is my place of peace. It's been a dream of mine to be able to write code in a screen here and a screen
Yeah.
here, and work on startups and help companies. And then after I'm done with all of that, I can turn it all off, turn around and build race cars and work on cars. So I'm literally, Mary, living the dream in my garage.
Yeah, so you've got your man cave in a garage, and then you're going to still stay in your garage when you start doing your cars. So that's pretty cool. But I'm very surprised about the TV thing because most men really want big TVs. But you know what? You're following your heart right now, and that's super exciting. And thank you, wifey, for letting him follow his dream.
Yeah, well, we don't actually. It's funny. We have I guess a nice TV or whatever, but we don't actually watch TV. We don't actually have cable. So the only thing that we really use our TV for is to watch YouTube videos of racing.
Yeah.
and to review tape of my son racing around. So
Yeah, you know what's so funny is my husband and I, we cut the cord also probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Because, I mean, let's face it, people want to watch TV when they want to watch it, not when programming says. So same here. Ours is just, YouTube or that's how we watch TV now. There's just no sense in having cable anymore. It's a bunch of nonsense that's on there anyway. So this is
oh yeah,
more fun.
absolutely. It's just, well, most TV is just garbage.
Right.
So
I agree with that. I agree with that. So tell me a little bit about how you wound up with Emrit. Like, tell me all about that because it's very intriguing what you guys have put together.
awesome. Well, back in the 2016 to 2018 period, I was building some venture funded companies in the cryptocurrency space, one of them being a meta exchange where you could go to this exchange and you can connect to all of your favorites, your Coinbase, your Binance, your Huobi, your OKX, all these different exchanges in one simple place. At the same time, I was building a lot of content. My first YouTube channel back in 2016 was a channel called Bite Size Bitcoin, and we grew that to about 60,000 subscribers. And then YouTube demonetized it and deleted all 2,700 of my videos.
Oh my
And then,
gosh.
and so then I
Yeah,
built
see,
another.
that's the problem that I see is that they have so much control over your property. They can just shut it all down, and then all of those years that you've worked so hard, it's just all gone.
And it gets even better, Mary. I built another channel right after that called Decentralized TV, where we pushed out about 6.5 or 6, or we are averaging about 6.2 videos per day, talking about the news and being pretty much the gravitational center for news for the cryptocurrency space for a little while there. We grew that to about 90,000 subscribers, and then YouTube demonetized that and destroyed that as well. And so I basically took a break from doing content because I had created I think about 4,500 to about 5,000 videos that were all gone. And so that took a huge kind of toll on me. And so I focused mostly on still building in the shade and creating applications. And where Emrit comes in is really an answer to one of my biggest passions within the cryptocurrency space. Number one, education. My first channel, Bite Size Bitcoin, and my second channel, Decentralized TV, was all about educating people and helping them learn about Bitcoin, blockchain, exchanges, wallets, hashing, mining, and all the facets of cryptocurrency, very similar to what you're doing and what you're learning right now. Um, the second thing that I was really passionate about is lowering the barrier to entry. I wanted to figure out how we could get people into cryptocurrency more easily and without as much friction. Because let's be intellectually honest, to be effective in the cryptocurrency world requires a little bit of sophistication when it comes to mining and wallets and exchanges and these types of things. And I wanted to figure out a way to get people into cryptocurrency when they didn't know anything about it. And so the third passion of mine is access to opportunity. And one of the things that we believe that we've solved is this idea of universal basic income for at least 50% of the world. And so those are the three kind of pillars and values that we came into this company with. And we came up with Emrit. Emrit stands for Emerging Internet Technology. So that's what it is. It's a combination of that, emerging internet technology. And what we wanted to do is answer all three. How could we get people into cryptocurrency without friction? How could we get them to understand cryptocurrency? And how could we provide for their needs? And so I'm sure many of your viewers and yourself as well know very much about airdrops and getting free coins. It still requires a little bit of sophistication. Things can get a little scammy or a little vaporware-ish at times. And so you have to be careful. And so we decided to create the world's first hardware drop in which we are giving away our hotspot miners for free. So if you go to emirate.io, you sign up, you can pick up a free hotspot miner, and we will pay you $25 a month to help us build the IoT network of the future. And the cost of running one of these is less than $1, about 37 cents per month. And so this gets you into crypto. It gets you mining crypto, the Helium token. And so you can immediately leverage that and spend it about $25 per month. And so this is a great opportunity for anyone out there who wants to get into cryptocurrency. They've never heard about what it is. And it teaches you along the way pragmatically by downloading the mobile app. You got your wallet there. The money the tokens just flow in, and then you can translate that to fiat off ramp. And so you can spend that money. And so we're solving all of these problems. We're getting people into cryptocurrency with zero friction, because if you go to emirate.io, you can sign up for free and we'll ship you for free our hardware hotspot miner. But not only that, is that one of the things that's close to my heart is the fact that we've solved universal basic income for 50% of the world. Now, maybe for yourself and maybe myself, $25 per month doesn't mean a whole lot. But for 50% of the world, 25 USD is life-changing money.
Yeah.
And so if we can get our hotspot miner called a cool spot, if we can get that into millions of people's hands, especially in emerging countries, then they no longer have to worry about, hand to mouth, issues and trying to get, food on their table. Now they'll have a miner that will literally mint them 25 USD per month. Now they'll have margin to be creative. Now they'll have margin to build. And so what I'm really excited about are the emerging technologies and the emergent ideas that will come from people all over the world now that they no longer have to worry about the whole issue of getting food on the table.
Right.
Now they have a mechanism to self-fund their ideas. And that's something that we're extremely excited about.
So really, it isn't anything out of your pocket, no money that's coming out of your pocket. The only thing is just a little bit of your time. And I'm looking at these cool spots as sort of like a cell tower, if you will. So that's how I think of it. So it's pretty interesting to me that those are just the few things that you have to do in order to start making $25. So how is it then, if you're giving these things for free, how is Emrit then, because obviously you have to run a company, then how are you, how are you getting paid?
Great question. And so what we're doing right now is an 80-20 split. We take 80% of the mining rewards and give you essentially 20%, though we want to raise that close to 30% in the next coming year. So we want to reward our hosts even more. And so we've gotten a lot of questions around this idea. Man, you're taking 70-80% of the mining rewards, but as you well stated there, Mary, we have a business to run. We have over 10 people in our company. We have partners all over the world. We're eating the costs of manufacturing, R&D. We're eating the costs of shipping. We're eating the cost of support and software and customer support, as well as our very, very meager and small salaries. And so this allows us to expand and grow our company with the help of our hosts and obviously giving out our products for free. And so we find this to not only to be a novel approach at business, but one that's never been done before. We've never seen anyone out there ever give out hardware for free. And we think we're going to change the world by doing that.
Right. It makes complete sense to me.
And it gets better. You can order 50 of these from me for free. If you want, you can order 100. We have guys who've gotten 500 of these for free. And they're helping us scale out the IoT network of the future. One of the people might question this idea and why do we want to grow the IoT network of the future? Well, I'll give you the answer. Helium, which was created about 6-7 years ago by Amir Halim, who's the founder of Helium, in a South by Southwest talk a couple of years ago, he talked about disrupting the telecom industry. And we found that really captivated our hearts as we began thinking about our project. And we wanted to leverage what he had already created. He already had an established infrastructure, a token that was working as a utility token, not necessarily a store of value token or a security token, which means that it's not open to speculation and not a lot of price action. And so we found, as well as they have a very powerful burn mechanism to ensure that inflation doesn't happen as well. And so we really love this idea of disrupting the telecom industry, and telecom industry is, as you well know, is encroaching in our rights, censorship, obviously price gouging, these types of things, monopolistic tendencies, et cetera, et cetera.
Taking your property.
Absolutely. And so we wanted to help build the global IoT network where people could connect to this public wireless network for free and be able to build on it. And so we work with the Helium team, we work with the leadership, help them begin growing their systems and services. And we ended up becoming what we are now, a great third-party service provider to help grow this IoT network of the future. And so for us, we think this is one of the grandest ideas. So yes, you can get one for free from us, or you can get 2 or 3 or 50 And frankly, the more of these that you get from me for free, the more you can make.
Exactly. So if, let's say you decide to get 10 of them, like, I mean, a person's not going to put 10 of them in their homes, right? Would they get then the 10 to then give them maybe to friends and say, hey, utilize this, or what would be the
Yes.
purpose of getting 10 of them?
Well, you get a percentage of the mining rewards.
Okay,
You get a and so you get a slice of that. Now
right.
people might say, "Ooh, it sounds like a multi-level marketing." No, it's not multi-level marketing because you can only scale it by one person.
Okay.
And so you would be the essentially the core node that would pass out 10 to your friends, and they would get some rewards and you would get some rewards, but they can't spread it out beyond them. So it really is only a one-to-one level of sorts.
So you're
And so
saying
it's an
that the rewards are then paid by the tokens that you
yes.
receive? Okay, and how often do you pay the rewards?
Every month. We pay out every month.
Wow, and that's automatically right into your wallet, correct?
You got
Is
it.
there a specific type of wallet that you have to have, to be able?
Well, once you download the Helium app, then it'll go straight into your Helium wallet.
Okay.
Helium wallet that's on the application. Yeah.
Okay, so it needs to be a Helium wallet. Okay, that's I mean, fantastic. So I have, a dog. His name is Bama, and I think you might have seen him, German Shepherd. It's my son.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm thinking about him, and sometimes, let's say that he's not a runner, but there are some animals that are out there that are runners, and if they leave the house, then how can you locate them? So you had one of those GPS location things, and you had one of the Helium products in your home, you'd be able to locate them a lot faster and easier. Is that right?
Absolutely. One of the things that people question is, what is this Internet of Things? What is this wireless system all about? Well, I like to explain it this way. Anything that can be connected should be connected, especially when it comes to automation of life. And so the benefits of IoT, especially for our particular culture here in America, is to create automation. Think about this. I'm sure you've seen movies like this before. When you wake up, suddenly everything in your home automatically turns on, right? There's a sensor there that says, "Hey, Mary's woken up.
Yeah.
Let's turn on the coffee pot.
Yeah.
Let's turn on the shower. Let's get the house to the right degree level.
I,
Let's make
I, I
sure that."
want one of those houses, by the way.
Yeah, a fully connected house. Let's make
Right.
sure that whenever you run out of coffee, for example, we have a partnership with Nestle right now, where if you pick up the I think it's the third to last pod, that it creates a procedure essentially that pings you and pings Nestle to say, hey, she's running low on coffee. And so the value is automation. But to your point, is that with IoT network, anything that can be connected should be connected. Yes, you can get a small sensor that goes around your dog's collar, and it'll allow you to track your dog wherever they go. And so we're partnering us with another company called Smart Mimic, which is security on the go. And they've created this little security device that you can place anywhere. You can place it in your backpack, your laptop bag. You can place it in your car if you don't have a car alarm. And whenever there's movement or anything, it'll ping you and let you know that something's happening. And so the new world is opening up with this new IoT network. And we're finally beginning to see real life applications, real life functions, and real life products that are being leveraged and being built for this IoT world
Wow,
of
so
the
that
future.
it's a form of security, is what you were saying. Like, if you're riding your bike, instead of locking it up with a chain, just put one of these things on there, and then you can track it. Track your car,
Absolutely.
track your cell phone, anything of value that you have.
Track your kids.
Track your kids. Yeah, exactly. Know where your kids are at all times. But to me, what I have that is of most value is well, my husband and my dog. But I would want to put it on my dog to make sure, if somebody came and kidnapped him or whatever, I can keep track of him. And then
Yes.
also, you're thinking about, so my husband's mother, she has Alzheimer's, and people that have Alzheimer's, you constantly have to worry about them. Also, if they go out somewhere, you don't know where they're at. So this would even be good for someone who maybe has Alzheimer's and you're concerned about them leaving the home.
For sure. Actually, it is almost impossible for me to state all the use cases because there are literally millions of use cases. In terms of current applications of the IoT network that's happening right now, all sorts of things are being tracked, from deer over in the Netherlands to rhinos in Tanzania to water levels in Canada. Obviously, home security is growing big time in the IoT world. And so now security on the go with Smart Mimic. And there's so many applications. Anything that has some electrical component to it can be connected to other things with electrical components into it. And so anything and everything in the world that can be tracked with some sort of with some sort of battery. And what's great about the IoT is the batteries last long, sometimes multiple years, 3, 4, 5 years in length. And so you can track anything. And so it's great to be able to move to be in now this new emergent world where now you have these little devices that you can track stuff and they can talk to each other. It's really cool.
So you were talking about your partnerships, one being Smart Mimic and some others. What would you say? Name some of your big partners, and then if you have something that you want to announce here that maybe people don't know is about to come out, listen, it's just between you and me.
Wink, 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 wink. Well, we've already talked about Smart Mimic. Smart Mimic is based out of San Francisco. They're an awesome startup. I guess I can announce this now, but they've just been approved to be put in Fry's, the electronics store. So they're blowing up, and we really are really excited to be partnering with them because they're going to be leveraging our technology within their products as well. And let's see, what else can I say? Well, we have officially partnered with Algorand. So Algorand is a DeFi token, and so what we're thinking about, or not thinking about, what we're going to do is we're going to be giving the world the opportunity to have banking within your home. And so you might not ever need to go to a bank ever again if you have a cool spot in your home that's minting you $25 a month, and you'll be able to spend it immediately on whatever you want. And you might be able to also have savings or checking or be able to get loans all through one device. And so that could be an announcement that is official. You can go to emirate.io and read our business plan. One of the things that is core to our values at our company is radical transparency. We wanted to always be different from all the other crypto projects. Actually, forget that. We wanted to be different from any project out there, and letting the world know what our intentions are, where we're headed, what our trajectory is, and what we want to do to change the world. So for everyone out there that's listening and watching, find your way over to emirate.io and read our business plan on Medium so you can see all the partnerships that we have, where we're headed, our roadmap, and what we're going to be doing.
Oh, I love it. You're very transparent. It sounds to me like you're extremely transparent in everything that you're doing. So, you were talking about banking and possibly going in that direction. That's something that you might be working on. That makes me think of security. How secure is this device?
Great question. So we are using manufacturing partners, CalChip and Semtech and RAK. And so these Semtech, for example, has been around for about 70, 80 years now. CalChip has been around for 40 years. And so they're the ones creating our hardware, which is LongFi and LoRaWAN enabled. LoRaWAN is long range wide area network, which has been around for decades. And so their devices that they're building for us are very, very secure. And we're inheriting that security from them. So we don't have any issues there.
Okay. So how many have you deployed so far?
We've deployed thousands of them. And that's one thing that I can say, but I can't give you a specific number. We've deployed thousands of them through our alpha and beta testers since February of this year, and we're looking to deploy even more as we move into Q4 and Q1 of 2021.
Nice. So how would you best describe your partnership then with Helium and Semtech and everyone else?
Well, we're really fortunate, Mary, to have such great partnerships. We've been with Helium and the leadership team for years. We've helped them grow their business models as well as some of their service arms. And we were, frankly, one of the first ones to invest and support them in their growth over the last 6 and 7 years. And so they've been leveraging CalChip, Semtech, RAK as well. And so we inherited all of that, and we are helping supply the IoT network of the future with our hardware. And so we have great relationships with them. If you go to our YouTube channel, or you check out my Twitter or Emirate's Twitter, Emrit.io, you can see last week's summit. Last week's summit was 5 days. in downtown Buckhead in Atlanta, Georgia. And we flew all of our partners in from Semtech, CalChip, Smart Mimic, all of these, obviously all of our employees from around the world. And we documented all 5 days. And so you can see day one, what we're talking about, day two, day three, day four, day five. And we have these videos about, I guess, 9 to about 15 minutes long, showing all the things that we're talking about, from strategy to product development to partnership opportunities, thinking about how we can improve community and how we can obviously expand and leverage marketing. And so all of that in radical transparency is on our YouTube channel, Emrit IO, or Emrit IO Twitter. So make sure that you check that out. You can see everything that we're doing and all of our partners.
So we were talking earlier about when you had your channels and you had, you know, all of those followers, and then everything disappeared. Are you concerned about that happening again now that you're getting a following for your company?
Well, what's so great about being in the cryptocurrency space as long as I have is that I have a lot of people that don't care if my YouTube channel gets deleted. I have other YouTube channels from my other startups that are over 1 million subscribers.
Can I have them? Tell all of them to come subscribing to me.
Well, right now I have a pretty big reach. I wouldn't consider myself an OG in the cryptocurrency
I
space.
consider you one.
But certainly I've been around for a long time, and I've had my moments in the sun.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, this is an opportunity for me to help you.
Yeah.
I'm really blessed, and I feel honored to be on your show here.
Yeah.
And certainly we're going to be tweeting it out to our about 80,000 followers on Twitter or
Nice.
so, with our combined accounts, and certainly
Yeah.
all of our YouTube channels as well.
Yeah. So like this, it sounds super exciting. Like I want to go out and get one and start making my 25 a month.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really think it's great what you're doing. And then you're even talking about, you know, because you just started, is later on increasing the percentage up a little bit. But, you know, obviously you've got bills to pay, you know, with giving these products out for free, and then, you know, again, paying for administrative fees, everything else like that. Is there anything else on the horizon that you see that that you're going to be launching soon?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, something that's really close to my heart. So, long story short, before I got involved with Emrit, I was building startups. Obviously, had some acquisitions. Very blessed through these types of things, and frankly, I was tired of working 20-hour days. And so, during the 2019 period, I spent an entire year interviewing and meeting with venture capitalists. Obviously, I've been on the other side of venture funding, receiving venture funding for my ideas. And I wanted to become a venture capitalist. I wanted to sit at home right here at my desk and have people come to me on Zoom and pitch me their ideas,
Yeah.
and for me to deploy capital and live a relatively sustainable life.
Yeah.
The problem is that I met with the leadership of Emrit in early February of this year, and they convinced me that I need to come back and be an operator and work 20-hour days, which is what I'm doing now. But all that to say is I actually get the ability to be a venture capitalist and investor in other companies. How, might you ask? Well, it's super close to my heart, and I'm super excited for it. We're going to be launching it in Q1 of next year, is our Venture Builder program.
Wow.
And so what we want to do with that is we want to deploy capital into entrepreneurs, into startup operators who want to build on our network, the Helium network, and also want to scale their own small business by helping us grow and scale out our cool spots around the world. And so we call this our RDP program, our Regional Deployment Partner program, where we will literally send you hundreds, if not thousands, of our products for free so that you can create your own small business from it. If you get to the level of passing out and handing out and scaling out 500 cool spots or more, you can become and apply for our Venture Builder program. Our Venture Builder program means that I get to sit with you and give you even more money. Not only have I given you 500 plus cool spots that are making you thousands of dollars per month, but I'm going to give you even more money so that you can help scale and grow your business. And so this was a big win for me with Emrit, a big win for me because I wanted to be a venture capitalist, not just an operator of startups. So I'm really, really excited about that, Mary. And I can't wait to begin deploying capital into our entrepreneurs that are willing to help us grow as well as build on the Helium network.
Yeah, you're going to be providing a lot of people some financial freedoms through what you're building right now. And it sort of sounds to me like it's a distributorship, if you will. So you're creating distributor companies to start
Yes.
deploying. Okay, yeah. So I mean, you're going to help a lot of people, give them the financial freedom that they're looking for to be able to, work on their cars in the garage like you want to.
Exactly. And we're using the same model that the telecom industry and other large industries have done. They've gone regional, right? They can't, as a large company, they can't themselves hire a legion of people to fly out and deploy their cable boxes or the internet or Comcast, right? They use regional deployment partners essentially. And so we're leveraging that model because it works. And so what's great about that is there's a lot of volunteerism that emerges from our community. People who are say, hey, I want to do this bigger. I want to go bigger. I want to be assertive and initiative around what I want to build and the money that I want to make. And so that allows us to select people that are really want to be entrepreneurs, really want to dig in and make a small business out of helping us scale the network. And as a reward, not only will they receive even more mining rewards for their efforts, but like I said, we'll be deploying capital into their startups to help them scale and grow their dreams even more.
Wow, that's amazing. Following your dreams and helping others follow their dreams as well. So obviously, I'm a newbie in all of this, and what I'm really passionate about is talking about other people's passions. And you, like I told you before, you have so much energy. I can really see how much you just love what you do, which is, you're not really working if you love what you do. And the big bonus is if you're making money while you're doing it, right? So I'm real passionate just about talking about people's projects and what they're passionate about. That's what brings me a lot of joy. Um, so, what would you say? What would you say has been the biggest hurdle in what we're trying to create here with Emrit.io?
It's really interesting. I never thought that giving away free money would be as hard as it is. And the reason is because we've been programmed, especially those in the cryptocurrency space. We've been so programmed with so many scams and so many bait and switches that when someone like me comes around who's been in the crypto market for years, building applications for the cryptocurrency community, even someone like me who comes out and said, hey, we're doing the world's first hardware drop where you're going to get hardware for free from us, no strings attached. It'll ship to you. If you don't want to do anything with it, don't do anything with it. But it's in your best interest to plug it in because plugging it in makes you money. Mm-hmm. And so one of the really interesting constraints that we've come across in our learnings over the last year is that it's a lot harder to give away free hardware than we imagined because people are so pre-programmed, or not pre-programmed, but they've been so programmed that there's got to be some sort of catch. There's got to be some sort of bait and switch. No, there's none. We're going to ship it to you for free to your address. You plug it in, connect it to your Wi-Fi and your mobile address or mobile phone, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing more to it. Every day you'll see that you'll get even a little bit of mining rewards every day, and we'll cut you a check every month. It's that simple.
Which you answered. That was going to be my next question, which was going to be like, how does it work? How do you plug it in? What do you connect it to? That was going to be my next question, which you just answered. Sounds easy.
Yeah, it's really easy. You get the box, you plug it into the wall, then you connect it to your Wi-Fi via your mobile device on the Helium app that you download. And after you've downloaded the Helium app, connect the cool spot to your Wi-Fi and your mobile app. That's it. You just start watching your account balance increase day over day. That's it. It really is that simple.
So on the app, you can actually see your balance as it increases.
Yep.
And increase it will.
Increase it will. Absolutely. Every day.
So as a newbie, what would you say as a newbie, if I have to give someone like the 2-minute pitch on, why you should do this, what's like the 2-minute, no technical pitch that I can give to someone in why they should use your product?
Well, you generally don't want to use any technical language. Mm-hmm. It really is that simple. Go to emirate.io is what you'd say. Go to emirate.io, plug in your email, sign up. When you sign up, you'll immediately go to a dashboard that asks you where would you like it to be shipped? When you fill that out, you press submit, and then you wait. We're shipping everything priority, so it should get there within 2 to 5 days. When you get the box, you plug it in, download the app, connect it to your app and Wi-Fi, and then you start making money. It really is that simple. People are going to ask you, hey, what's the catch? What do I have to give up? And the answer is, well, about 37 cents a month, because our hotspot cool spot miner costs about the same amount as using an LED light bulb per month. So about 37 cents, ranging from that to maybe a little bit under $1, depending on how much your energy costs.
But the grand scheme of it, you're making 25.
Absolutely. You're making 25 and you're helping grow the global IoT network of the future.
Right.
It's really awesome.
Right. And the more adoption you get, just the more you continue to grow, and then you can, give back to the users. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty exciting, an easy way to make money. Just, go and sign up. I'm going to have all of the links to your product. Let me ask you this. If you had to ask yourself a question, and it could be anything, what would it be?
If I had to ask myself a question, I guess the question that immediately rises up in my gut, Mary, is why the hell am I still working 20-hour days when I could just be sitting here and just doing whatever I want? But the answer, if I were to self-answer that, it's because I'm passionate about helping people grow. I'm passionate about leveling people up. Like, that's something that goes beyond the application of what I actually do and the execution of the projects that I'm endeavoring on right now. For me, I've always been an individual that loves helping other people help themselves. And so an example is this conversation that we're having right now. I'm glad that we're doing it. I can help you. You can help me.
Yes. Help me help you.
Yes, help me help you.
Yeah.
And so I believe that the more that you give, the more that you get. And so I have always found that to be true. And for your listeners out there, I'll give them a real simple kind of function of sorts. When it comes to anything in life, whether there's only really one way to find happiness. And I'm going to give it to you guys. It's very simple. Know your strengths, right? Know your strengths. Find out what you enjoy that's fun within those strengths, and then find a way to make that a service to others. Yeah. Once you know your strengths, and once you figure out within those strengths what is fun for you to do, and you can make it a service to others, then you'll never work a day in your life. And so for me, my strength is building stuff and communicating it. That's what I'm really good at. I'm really good at building stuff, and I love communicating what I'm doing. Not only that, I have the ability to serve others through what I do. And so therefore make not only a pretty good living, but I don't never feel like I'm ever working. I don't mind working 20-hour days because it's fun and I'm serving others by doing it. And let's be honest, I'm getting paid handsomely for doing it.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Peter, I just felt like I was in church just then. I felt like, the Holy Ghost was in. Raise my hands. No, that is beautiful. I mean, that's good karma, and absolutely, if you do things with the intent of trying to help others, it'll come back around. Don't do it because you expect something to come back, right? Do it because you're doing a good thing. You're doing of service to someone else, and it's really nice to hear that what your thought process is in all that. But again, at the end of the day, you do have to make a living, but you're not making that your number one priority, your number one goal, right? You're giving financial freedom to a lot of people by providing something that's free to them. I guess maybe some of the hesitation that I see might be that someone may think, maybe paranoid people might think, if I put this thing in my house, is it going to be listening to me? Is it going to be tracking me? What if someone has that concern?
Not at all. Our system merely is this cool spot, this hotspot is just a miner. All it does is provide network access to the Internet of Things or applications or devices that need coverage in that area. So we are essentially doing what the telecoms can't do. We are creating the people's network. We are allowing people to create the network of the future instead of a large conglomerate entity like an AT&T or a Verizon do it. Mm-hmm. And so you're literally becoming a small node, a wireless node that's helping support this large global IoT network. We're not listening to you. All it's doing is small data packets to each back and forth to verify network connectivity. Mm-hmm. And so there's no speakers, there's no listening devices on it. It it really is that simple.
It's just, this disc that sits on there that provides all of those things. So yeah, that's really good to know. So I mean, it really is. You shouldn't be scared of it. You should be really happy that you're making money. And I keep stressing out that you're going to make money. You're going to make money. You're going to make money. It's pretty exciting, and I'm excited about talking to you. And I really, really appreciate you spending the time to talk to me, because I know you're like super busy and what you're trying to do. Are you, because I just think you're so, you to me sound like a motivational speaker. You to me sound like you're so encouraging, and you really know a lot about your space. Do you do any AMAs where you actually talk to your community? Do you do any of
Yes.
that? How often?
I used to do it a lot more often. I used to have a weekly live stream,
Mm-hmm.
which was called Sunday Sermons.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I would do on Sunday nights at 8
That's
p.m.
funny. I
is I
just
would
talked about church and it's called Sunday sermons.
yeah, it was literally Sunday sermons where I dive into the things around life,
Mm-hmm.
like personal responsibility, like taking accountability, how to begin your own startup, stop being, getting, stuck by analysis paralysis, these types of things. And also go deep to my world of how I overcame depression after I was fired from one of my own startups, to how I see the world and my worldviews and my philosophies. And so I love pouring into other people because I've been so blessed in life. Yes, I've worked very hard for what I have and what I've earned, for sure, but I'm always grateful for the individuals and the opportunities that have emerged and been given to me, because I couldn't be here without my mentors, I got several mentors, Arul and Bob. These are individuals who are always within the context of my decision making, and so I find that they gave their life and poured into me. And so for me, the only reason I'm here is because of these types of individuals. And for me, it doesn't take a whole lot for me to turn on the camera, talk for an hour about something that I think is important, and hopefully encouraging and inspiring to other people as well.
Yeah, I think you should keep doing the Sunday sermon, because you have a lot. You have a lot to give, and giving you are. So uh, I think you should just start doing that all over again. Just do it often. Just get back into it. But again, you're busy, but it just takes just a little while. Like, I run a real estate company. I'm a broker for a real estate company, and I'm doing this like on my own free time because I love it. I'm passionate about it, and it just you just sit here and you just have a conversation like you and me are. And I think the people that are out there and that are watching these channels, when they sit down and they listen to a conversation, they hear a question or they hear what we're talking about, and like, I didn't think about that. So it might encourage a lot of people by just something you might have said, one sentence. It'll encourage someone to go out there and have their own business. And with what you're doing with Emrit.io, is that you're, again, giving the financial freedom, having someone start their own business, start a new distributorship. You're giving a lot. So I think you should do the Sunday sermon.
Oh, well, thank you. I've often considered the idea of getting back into it because I have a pretty significant following, actually millions of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm working so much,
Yeah. I'd
trying to get
listen.
this thing. But yeah, hey, you know what? Maybe this is an emergent opportunity here, Mary. Maybe this is an opportunity for us to maybe noodle on and see whether we can do a Sunday sermon together or something like that.
I would love it. I'd be putting my hands up, and that's how I would be with my Sunday sermon, because I'm all about that. There's just something that just makes me feel good inside to know that I've helped someone, and that's why I do what I do, and I think that's why you do what you do, is because it just makes us feel really good to know we're helping somebody else, right?
Well, what I can do after this in an email is I'll send you a link to a playlist of 90 videos that I created that were pretty Sunday sermonish. So we talk about lots of different topics, mostly life topics, and I'll select a couple for you to listen to, and you'll kind of get the gist of how I run Sunday sermons. It's pretty hardcore sometimes because
Yeah.
I want to encourage people, but at the same time, sometimes some people just need a swift kick to the
Yeah,
ass.
I agree. I totally agree with that. And I'm gonna actually share some of, if you're okay with that, I'm gonna share some of those with my Twitter followers and some on YouTube too. And I think that's great. Put some stuff out there to encourage people. I'm doing this because I want mass adoption and to get more people in. I want to get women in this too, because I think
Oh
women in this
yeah.
space is really important, and we're starting to see that right now. We're starting to see, Bitcoin going up, and more people understanding crypto. And you've been in this space so long, and you see, like when the internet first came out, or when cell phones came out first, people didn't understand it, so they were scared of it. You're always scared of something you don't understand. Once you understand it, then you get into it. And I think that that's what's happening with you right now, is that people really don't understand that, hey, there's no catch. There's really no catch. You can make money, and once you get it, then man, you're already doing really well. You're already exploding. So I just want to see it explode even more.
Oh, well, thank you, Mary. I really appreciate
Yeah.
that. One of the things that really touches my heart is when we receive pictures from people who said, I ordered 4 and 5 of these. I didn't actually think they were going to show up, but oh my gosh,
Yeah.
there are 5 of these hardware, free hardware miners, and they send us a picture of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. You just filled out the application. You gave us your address.
Yeah.
You asked for 5.
Yeah.
So we shipped you
You're
5.
getting
So
5.
yeah, absolutely. So those pictures and that type of feedback from our community is always really encouraging. And I hope obviously that they share that with their friends and their network, because literally we are giving it out for free. We've done all the maths to make sure that we can survive as a company, so that we can grow this and obviously help grow crypto and mass adoption for sure.
I'm going to start off with, letting my viewers know, and then anybody else all my friends and everybody else that I know, let them know about.
You should sign up first, and you should send them your referral.
Do you think I'm not going to sign up? Absolutely, I'm going to sign up.
Okay.
I am. But, I truly, truly appreciate talking to you, Peter. You have an incredible energy. I know that I have no doubt you're going to be successful in what you're doing. So I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today, and to share with my viewers about your incredible project. And I encourage everyone to sign up for sure. It's super, super easy. Very simple process, and then start getting some money into your account. So thank you so much, Peter, for talking to me today.
Thank you so much, Mary. The blessing has been all mine.
Absolutely. Thank you. As always, I appreciate everyone tuning in to my channel and going along on my journey, learning all things crypto. I truly appreciate Peter Saddington talking to me today with Emrit.io. I'm going to have all of his links in the description below. Make sure you check it out, because it's incredible. You can start making some money, get that financial freedom that you deserve. So as always, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button, and you heard it here on the Blockchain Herd.